Eden Zero is back, and for the most part, we're focusing on Dead End Crow. So we start out with Crow still attacking the Eden Zero with a giant mouth laser, because of course he can do that, like, he's a giant robot. They always have mouth lasers. Well, either that or a giant chest laser. It's either the mouth or the chest. It's always like that. So they're barely able to dodge it. In fact, they basically don't dodge it because the wing gets hit. It does severe damage to the point where everyone's kind of freaking out just how the Eden Zero can even be damaged. The attack was just massive. Dead End Crow, of course, is smiling about it. He's enjoying himself. But yeah, the Eden Zero and its crew is basically on the run at this point. There's really nothing they can do to fight back. And in fact, even dodging seems to be impossible at this point. So Jin is obviously freaking out about his sister. Holy basically says, you should leave, you should go get her to see if she's okay. And Jin's like, no, I made a promise to my sister. So we get a flashback of their conversation where Keeley basically tells Jin to focus on protecting Holy and doing everything he can for her. And he's like, why should I do that? I don't care about her. And Keeley says, well, we looked into her past, and she lost her sister during the incident with Dead End Crow all those years ago. And he's like, okay, so you feel sorry for her? And she's like, no, we have each other and we have the Eden Zero. They're our family. And she's written on the Eden Zero, so that means she's now part of the family, and it is our job to protect her. I really do like the found family in many stories like this, where it doesn't matter how horrid your life has been, no matter what tragedies you faced, no matter what you've lost, you can always create a new family. You can always have people there who love you and protect you and will care for you no matter what, even if you're not related by blood. I do find the crew of the Eden's policy to be a little extreme, where if you just ride on their ship, you're part of the family. Okay. She literally has been on the ship for like maybe a week at the most, because you just joined an alliance. So it's kind of weird that they're already considering her part of the family, but still, I do like the sentiment. I do like the trope. I do like it. Jin then just uses his rocket arm to smash one of the Dead End Crow robots and explains that because he's a cyborg, he doesn't need ether gear to fight, and it would actually be in their best option for him to stay there to protect Holy and to continue to fight alongside her inside Dead End Crow. That'd just be the smartest decision to do at the moment. And Holy actually gets a little laugh out of the talk about family, because she straight up says to him, I'm not alone. I have the Interstellar Union Army. Like, I have my found family. Which, yeah, that's true. She does have that. We met her crew. They seem to respect her and care for her a lot. So, yeah, that makes sense. She then asks, where's Laguna? And Jin's like, oh, yeah, he already left to go save Keeley. So, yeah. And she's like, oh, wow, you guys really do trust each other, don't you? Like, yeah, of course they do. They've been a part of the same crew for years now. But still, that's pretty funny. He's like, yeah, the best option is for me to fight alongside you. And at the same time, Laguna must have thought the exact same thing. Like, the cyborg should fight because he's the strongest without ether gear. Which means the best thing for me to do right now is to get the hell out of here and save his sister, so they didn't even have to even talk to each other about it. They instantly knew what the best option was. It proves that they've actually been working together for a long time, and they really do know how to do it. So back with Team A, they finally have the warrior lady with them, and Homer is piloting her. She collects all the mothers and then flies off. Everyone else stays in the room with the corpses, which is both creepy and depressing, because they're waiting for the signal to activate the Planet Eater. That's when Pina starts talking. She's currently like silhouetted out to give her more of a darker look. It was pretty obvious where this was going. She mentions that when Ziggy told them that he knew what their plan was, but they were having the chronophage attack, Pina then said, you said there might be a traitor, right, Weiss? And his wife's like, yeah, that was a joke. And he's like, I know who the traitor is. It's me. So Pina looks at her database the entire time, and she finds out that Z's had a backdoor into her system this entire time, and he's basically been using her to spy on everyone. And she just starts bawling and crying and just saying she's sorry and just begging for forgiveness for being the traitor. I keep forgetting, because she's a robot, that she's just a little girl. Like, you can really tell that this really broke her heart. The fact that she, this whole time, was basically being used by Ziggy to basically betray her friends and without her knowledge. So Weiss and Rebecca are like, this isn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't betray us. This was all Ziggy. Pina, she's basically working through her grief at the moment, but she's able to, like, get it together for the time being. And she declares that she's going to go find Master Ziggy. And everyone's like, no, if you get in the middle of Shiggy and Ziggy's fight, you're going to die. And she says, while I was looking for evidence that I might be the traitor, I found certain data that will help that not just help, but is completely necessary in the defeating of Ziggy. You know, this entire time I've been commenting on how Peanut will be the key to certain something or other. I keep getting it wrong, but the fact that she might be the key to defeating Ziggy is so obvious. I can't believe I never thought of that. I kind of feel stupid. Like, she's the key to this, she's the key to that. She said, no. Every single time I was wrong. Even the ether theory I had about her connecting to the ether, she's the key to helping activate ether. Nope, it is completely and solely based around the fact that she has information that can defeat Ziggy. Which is important, but still, the fact that I didn't think of it is kind of dumb on my part. So, back to the fight with Shiggy and Ziggy. Shiggy is on the defensive, and what I mean by that is he's literally just getting punched all over. Like, Ziggy just pops up in front of him, punches him, Shiggy goes flying, and then it just repeats over and over again. Just Shiggy being smashed through buildings and shit. Having rubble thrown at him. He's just getting wrecked. Now that Ziggy's in overdrive, Shiggy has no chance. So we see Shiggy use Mega Impact all the time. Well, Ziggy, he uses Ultra Mega Impact, whereas obviously it's a punch. But this punch is so fucking intense, it basically becomes a orb of gravity that just crushes Shiggy. Yeah, Shiggy has no chance. This is just a beating at this point. Back in Dead End Crow, Holy and Jin think they found Dead End Crow's core, and it's behind a bunch of wires, apparently. And so, while Jin is holding back the army of Dead End Crow robots, Holy squeezes through, pops on the other side, where she's basically welcomed by a member of the Interstellar Galactica, Cure. We don't know much about Cure, other than the fact that he's a member of the Interstellar Galactica. He's supposed to be part of the government, and also he's a cyborg. Now, even though he's a cyborg, I never expected him to be a traitor. Like, I always expected him to be loyal to the government as such. But, yeah, no. He either has a virus in him that caused him to change sides, or he's been a traitor this entire time. Either way, the fact that there's just a random dude just inside Dead End Crow this entire time is really weird. Like, how in the hell did you even get there? I could have sworn you were in space just a moment ago. Which means either his ether gear either allows him to travel through space, like teleportation, which I doubt it, we've already seen the power before from Nero, or he's just been faking the fact that he just showed up on the battlefield in his spaceship. Of course, none of that is really relevant at the moment. The point is, Holy basically should be almost unstoppable with her ability to melt anything. Can't use her ether gear. Well, this guy, I have a feeling he can, and he's probably going to fucking destroy her. Holy just can't get a break. And I understand why. Her power is so broken that if you just let her use it, basically annihilate almost anyone. Like one-shot them. So nerfing her is probably the best way to get the plot going and the story to go the way you want. But still, this is just unfair to the girl. Like, damn. The fact that he's inside Dead End Crow, and Dead End Crow isn't trying to kill him, which means he must really trust this guy, which means Cure, most likely, probably built Dead End Crow. Or was built at the same time, and they're like brothers or something, but I'm assuming he created Dead End Crow. It's the only explanation that Dead End Crow would have enough trust for anyone to be inside of him and not, immediately try to kill them. Because let's be honest, if Ziggy was inside of Dead End Crow, and if they're allies, he would attack him instantly. Like, you do not want anyone inside of you and then destroy your core and then you're dead. Like, that's not what, that would be the worst case scenario for Dead End Crow. So the fact that he trusts Cure enough to let him in must mean there must have been a long-term relationship with these two. Alright, that's all I gotta say for now. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Eden Zero and other anime things. Thank you and have a great day.